Holy mother of military might. That is the most meaningful axe the world's ever seen. Wow. Stay tuned. I'll take you through the entire process on how I built this thing. It's a good one. Welcome to the Humboldt Axe YouTube channel. I'm Doc, and this time I'm partnering with the Not Forgotten Foundation, and we're dedicating this axe build to all our military veterans and all our active duty military servicemen and women. We really appreciate all the dedication and sacrifices you've given to protect our freedom. So this one is for all of you. So stay tuned, hang with me, and let's go get to it. Hope everyone's doing well. Oop. This is an exciting one here. I'm gonna have to bring my A game on this one. So, like many of you all, my family, many members of my family served in the military. And my brother JD established a Not Forgotten Foundation. Actually, if you see these shirts, I have them in a lot of my videos. He started the Not Forgotten Foundation back in 2014, and I'm going to add the links down in the description. You can go over there and check out his links. My brother JD retired from the Air Force 22 years. So we're going to go make this axe build. Been talking to him. I just saw him out and we did a helicopter ride. I posted that video not too long ago with my mom. So if you're curious to know who he is, we look a lot alike, but you know, also he's the giant version of me. So we were talking and we thought we would dedicate an axe build to all of our military veterans and remembering all those deployed that protect our country, all the active duty servicemen and women. So this one is for all of you, and I've been trying to think about the design and how I want to present this, and I've been talking with my brother, and I think I've got a pretty good idea. So my job now is to get the picture in my head and make it into reality. So that's what this axe build is going to be about, and this one's a special one. So I'm going to use all my techniques. So what I got to go do right now is go get a handle and a head. I've got a Firestone double bit and I need to go find it. So I'm going to go do that right now. If you look at the my Humboldt axe, when I put the two axes in the stump for the intros of most of my videos, those are actually my brother's axes. I made him a 36 single bed and a 36 on an Adirondack handle. So I think what I'll do this time is I'm going to do a 32-inch Adirondack handle, and I've got a Firestone bit that I need to find. As you probably well know, I've got an axe collecting, problem. For the most part, what I've been doing is making, you know, they're display axes really. To celebrate others, which is what I say at the end of all my videos. But I've got a few, and I've got a Firestone bit that I've been saving for a special occasion. It ain't this one, but this is a nice true temper. I don't know if you can see that in the light or not. I love these Phantom bits, but I've got it. It's polished. Look at that sucker. I try to keep all my axes. I got all my 4s. I got a couple of these are 5-pound, my double bits. But the other ones, it's in here somewhere. I set it aside. Actually, here it is. This is it right here. So this thing, if you can see it or not, it's a, here, maybe like, get it in the light. I need to work on my camera skills. So I had this Firestone bit, which are really cool, but it's already polished. And so what I'm going to do is, it's going to have to, I'm going with red, white, and blue. You know, I thought about doing all the branch colors, but I think this axe build's going to be the red, white, and blue. So my idea behind this one is I'm gonna do a dark blue handle on this one, and similar to this one right here. Man, this is a big old double bit. I don't know if you can see it in the light or not. Here, it's a blue handle, and so I think what I'm going to do, and this is actually the axe that kind of inspired my idea, but I'll do a red wrap. I'm going to do a dark navy blue handle like this one, and I'm going to burn Not Forgotten in here, and I'll color the letters white, similar to how I did my cousin's axe. And my oldest brother has the band Rockhaven, and I'll show a picture of that, but I was able to raise the letters and I painted them out. I think that's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to burn a star for each branch. I think there's 7, if I'm not mistaken. Army, Navy, Air Force, Marine, there's a Space Force, Coast Guard, National Guard. So I'm going to put 7 stars. So I'll put Not Forgotten right here, and I'm going to line up the stars and make them blue. And then I'm going to put my Humboldt red wrap on it. So that's the idea I got in my head, and that's how I'm going to handle this thing. I'll do a springboard display. The springboard display is going to be red. I'll burn it and go red. So this may be a couple of videos. I may edit it down. We'll see. But this is a really important axe build. So I'm going to take my time and do this one right. Because of all our service members, our military veterans, they deserve my best effort, and that's exactly what I'm going to do with this thing. So we're all picked out. Go back to my shop and get to Hafton here. All right, let's get to it. Grab my draw knife and see what we're working with here. And actually, before I get going too much, I want to get the edge on here, the initial edge on it anyway. That took a good edge. All right, let's get the fitting. Like I'm sure a lot of you watching, I come from a military family. As I mentioned, my oldest brother, my second oldest brother, JD, is retired Air Force, 22 years. And he's the one who started the Not Forgotten Foundation, and that's who I'm working with here. But my oldest brother, Frank, served in the Air Force. My older brother, Dwayne, served at the Army. My brother DJ's son is currently active duty Marines. Luke, hey Luke, I hope you're doing well. I'm praying for you, buddy. And my wife's father, Anthony, he's retired Air Force. My cousin Ngozi served in the Navy. His dad, my uncle Woodco Long, he's served in the Army. He's a Vietnam vet. You can also, actually, he started acting. He's Muskogee, part of the Creek Nation. He was in the film Miko. He plays Bunny. I think it's the 3rd lead. And then he was in Between Two Knees in the Shakespeare special, Shakespeare, pardon me, up in Oregon. And he's got a small role in Reservation Dogs. He's in all 3 seasons. I think his role is, they call him Woodco because that's his name, but he plays like the security guard. So he's got a small role in all 3 seasons of Reservation Dogs, which is cool. My Aunt Claire, she served in the U.S. Navy. But my oldest uncle Bob, on my mom's side, was a Navy SEAL. So he was a UDT, Underwater Demolition Team. They called them Frogmen. And then in 1962, I want to say, JFK, John F. Kennedy, commissioned the Navy SEALs. And so he's one of the first original members of the Navy SEALs. There was 2 teams. There's SEAL Team 1 was the West Coast, and SEAL Team 2 was the East Coast. So my Uncle Bob, Chief Diecks, was an original member of SEAL Team 2. And he served 2 tours in Vietnam, and then he retired, I want to say 75 or 76, somewhere in there. And he was a scuba instructor down in San Diego. And he trained the first, Katie Gardner is the first female graduate of the scuba school down there. and he trained her, so that was cool. But so he currently lives in New Zealand. So I know people from New Zealand watch this channel. Thank you so much. Hello, appreciate you all. Just know you've got a legend Navy SEAL amongst your population down there. He owns the yacht, the Armorel. I say yacht, it's a 40-foot sailboat, but he lived in it, and he sailed down to Baja in Mexico and lived there for 5 years, and then he set sail and he wound up going through Tonga, Fiji, the Cook Islands, and he wound up in New Zealand. I want to say 85, 86, somewhere in that range, and he's been living in New Zealand ever since. So hello, Aunt Caroline, Cousin Odin, Uncle Bob, I'm dedicating this video to you. Thank you so much. He's the oldest member on my mom's side, so pretty special. He's we used to just think he was our cool uncle. When we have family reunions, he would we just thought he was the cool uncle, but he'd take all the cousins and he'd get the dog bowl and give us chewing tobacco, and he teaches how to spit chewing tobacco in the dog bowls. And we lived out in a farming community in McSwain in Merced County. And we were spreading manure, you know, out in the field. And he goes, no, just put it in a big pile. I'll put a charge in it. And anyway, my mom had to kind of supervise. But anyway, legends, man. So I just want to send my appreciation to all our service members. I know that there's a lot out there. And my family's no different. And the way of the world, it's just, we appreciate everybody's sacrifices and dedication, because it's a pretty huge sacrifice to serve in the military. So I'm gonna finish hafting this thing and get the head on here so I can get it handled and sanded so I can get the burn on this thing. Yeah, this one's extra special, so nice and square. Okay, I'm gonna get to gripping. That's sanded. I mean, the key to a properly finished axe is, well, it's all in the sanding. That's why it takes so much time with it. So, all right, let's go get this thing laser burned. I ain't no pro at this. I'm going to do 3 stars on one side, right here. I'll get Not Forgotten across here, and I'll put the other 4 stars on this side. So 1 star to represent each branch of our military. So yeah, I'm not the best at this. I did the best I can in lining it up, so we'll see what happens. Well, I gotta say, that came out nice. Hopefully you can see that. It was a late light last night, but we did a good job, I think. This thing came out nice. So go put a burn on it, get it colored, and get it dried so I can highlight these letters. It's going to really come out nice, I think. So good to go. It's really important when you burn these things, you go slow and deliberate. Let me see if I can. That'll work. Nice and slow. And depending upon the wood, it'll tell you what to do. You just don't want to go too hard, but it'll raise up all that grain and burns all the little artifacts on it. Gives a little bit of a seal on there too. So, all right, let's go. That thing's hot. I'm gonna let it cool down. Make it blue. Nice and cool down. I'm gonna get this thing colored dark navy blue. So let me get my dyes and my gloves and get cooking here. So I'll probably do 2 coats. I just want to make sure it soaks all the way in the wood, and you never know how this dye is going to react to the wood grain, because the wood grain has obviously a yellow brown base, duh. But man, I like dyeing my handles. It just brings them alive, you know. And I normally do emerald green, but when I do axes like this that are for gifts, in a case like this, you know, honoring our veterans and our active duty service members, I try to theme them correct. So it's going to be a red, white, and blue, obviously, for our flag. And all our service members that fight for our freedoms. That's no small deal. And it's an incredible sacrifice getting into the military. I tried. 90, I'm old, but 1992, I tried to get into the Air Force. And that was right at the time where Bill Clinton became president, and they started shutting down bases across the United States. So bad timing, I guess. And I have they said I have bad knees. I never agreed with that. I got Osgood Sclatters, if you're familiar with that. I have lumps on my knees, but so they wouldn't let me in. I went through the MEP station in Fresno, took the ASVABs, all of that, and I made it all the way through the the medicals. And at the very end, they brought us all into this room, and we were in our skivvies. You know, my dad used to call them skivvies, but sitting there in our underwear, and they make you get down like Johnny Bench, like you're a catcher in baseball, and you have to put your hands behind your head. And they said, okay, everybody, drop to your knees. And that's where my lumps are, right on below my kneecap. Oh, man. I'll be honest, falling on that, because I was a skateboarder, and I've hit it so many times, it's calcified. So I got a big lump on my knee. And hitting that thing, it's like, I don't know what's worse, hitting that lump on my knees or getting kicked in the groin. But I did it. and I didn't say anything. And right when we were about to leave that little room, the guy goes, "You come here." And I go, "Oh man, after all of that." And he goes, "Let me look at your knee." And he saw it. I went and saw the head doctor there, and she looked at it and she goes, "Well, I'm gonna request a waiver," and which is a nice way for them to say you're not gonna be able to get in. So anyway, I tried. I wanted into the Air Force like my big brothers, Frank and Joe, but wasn't meant to be. So that's when I decided to go back to college was going to be my route. And that's what I did. And I went to school at night for, well, let's see, my wife, we were 20. And I finally finished in '08. So that would have been 16 years. I went to night school. And I graduated from Merced College in 1997. Then I went to Stanislaus State, graduated from Stanislaus State with a business degree in '99. Then I got hired on Pacific Bell. I was working at PG&E at the time, reading meters, putting myself through school. And then Pacific Bell paid for my master's. So I have a master's in management from Golden Gate University. I did that in '01. And then I got promoted to being an area manager. It's like a division head. And I kept going, so I took a leadership program, and I have a master's in organizational leadership from Chapman University. I finished that in '04, all at night. And then I went on to get my doctorate. So I've got a PhD in organizational development. So, and when I started teaching at Stanislaus State, people were calling me doctor. I just never, I don't know, whatever. My medical doctor. My cousin Kimmy is a doctor. She's a straight MD. She's going to be a neurologist, so we're all proud of her. But my students would call me doctor, and I'm like, nah, so they just shortened it to doc, D-O-C-K, because my last name's starts with a K. So that's where doc comes from, if you're curious. So my students called me that. All right. And what I proved is that the average person can earn a PhD too, just like me. I just worked hard, that's all. Okay. So I'm going to let that sit. Man, look at that. It just transforms these handles. So I'm going to let it sit. I'm going to let it dry. And give it another coat. Man, that came out nice. So now, the meticulous part. Wow. Well, it's time-consuming, meticulous work. But you know what I mean? You can't argue with the results. That's why I do it this way. Cool. Okay. Moment of truth. I'll get it done. I've done this a time or two. But you do get used to, I can eyeball a wedge pretty good at this point. I've done so many of them. So, okay. Give it a little motivation. Took most of it. I buried it in there too. That sucker ain't coming out. That's what I wanted. All right, let's get the detail work done. I've shown in a bunch of my videos how I've done these. I just unfray it a little bit. I go around once and then I tuck it. Basically like that. And then I'll keep going over and this will tuck down in the side of it. Okay, let's do it. These wraps have 3 strands in them. So when I go to tuck them at the end, I'll unravel them like that. And then shove them up in there. Heavy metal. Let that set up. I'll drip a little down on either side. And that's it. It's going to come out nice. Sweet. Let's let me get set up here. I'm gonna go to poly on this thing. Probably just one more. I'll just have to see. I may put 2 really thin coats on it and call it. So that's it, huh? Look at that. Wow. I love it. I'm really proud of this one. And I'm really proud to do this for the Not Forgotten Foundation and my brother's foundation. My brother JD runs it. So perfect. All right, well, it's going to sit up. I'll finish up the display. Looks kind of weird. It's drying. This poly dries and it gets pretty thick, but it'll seal all that up, and that wood will be nice. And then I'll finish this up. I'll get it polyed and mounted. So, all right. Well, the next time you see this, it'll be done, and I'll show you the final product. Well, this thing's done. I'm just going to rub it down with some steel wool. Look at that. That is by far the most meaningful axe I've ever done. What an honor to partner with the Not Forgotten Foundation, which is, was established by my brother JD in 2014. So to make this axe to dedicate to all our military veterans and all our active duty service members, just to say thank you and honor you, and thank you for your sacrifices and dedication. There's a lot of active service members that are deployed overseas, so we're thinking of you, and thank you so much. A lot of this for myself, I'm like a lot of you all that watch these videos, and we appreciate your support, but I come from a military family like many of you, so I just kind of was dedicating this video to my family members that have served. So my Uncle Bob, my mom's oldest brother, is U.S. Navy. He's retired Navy SEAL. He was a Chief Robert Diecks. His nickname was Deep Divin' Diecks. He was one of the original members of SEAL Team 2 when it was commissioned in 1962, I believe. Prior to that, he was a Frogmen, Underwater Demolition Team, and then they converted him to the SEALs in 62. And the SEAL Team 1 was West Coast, SEAL Team 2 was the East Coast. And he's an original member of SEAL Team 2. So, Uncle Bob, we appreciate you. He lives in New Zealand. So for everybody from New Zealand that watches this channel, just know that you've got quite a person living amongst you there as a resident, with my Aunt Caroline and my cousin Odin. And and then my mom's older sister, my Aunt Claire. She's a U.S. Navy veteran. She was part of the Waves when she served in the U.S. Navy. So, Aunt Claire, thank you so much. We love you. And my Uncle Woodco Long, he's a U.S. Navy veteran. He's a Vietnam veteran as well. He served in Vietnam. If you want to know more about my Uncle Woodco, he played in the movie Miko. It's spelled M-E-K-K-O. He's Muskogee, part of the Creek Nation, And I think he plays the character Bunny in the film Miko. It's like the third lead, if you're curious. But he also has a part in the Hulu series Reservation Dogs. I think he's in all 3 seasons. He's got a reoccurring role there. They call him Woodco. He plays the security guard there too. And his son, my cousin Ngozi Long, is a veteran of the U.S. Navy. And we appreciate you, Ngozi. Hope you're doing well. This one's for you as well too. So my wife's father, Anthony Santagato, he's a U.S. Air Force veteran. He's retired, of course, and our thoughts and prayers are with him as well as he goes through, he's battling cancer at the moment, so our family is sort of going through that and helping support him, but thank you so much. He's a retired U.S. Air Force. Of course, my stepfather, Chuck, he's a veteran of the U.S. Air Force. Chuck passed away a number of years ago in 2014, but that's how he wound up out in California. He's originally from the Florida Panhandle there as well too. So my oldest brother, Frankie, he is a U.S. Air Force veteran. My older brother, Dwayne Bonjarni, he's a veteran of the U.S. Army. Of course, my older brother, JD, he's a retired Air Force veteran. He served 22 years, and again, he started the Not Forgotten Foundation, and that's who I'm partnering with to have built this axe. My older brother, DJ Bonjarni, his son, Joey Bonjarni, is currently active duty U.S. Marine Corps. So thank you, Joey. We're thinking of you and hope you're doing well. Please stay safe, and thank you for your commitment on that too. So again, I just wanted to recognize my family members, but again, like many of you, we all have family members, and so thank you to all of you, and again, for all those that are actively deployed, and all those families that have a mom or a dad or a brother, a sister, a son, a daughter that that are currently serving overseas. We appreciate you, and our thoughts are with you. So thank you so much for all of you that have served. Again, I've been saving this axe head, look at that thing, for a special occasion, a special axe, and I can't think of a more special one than this. Thank you all. I'm really honored to have made this one, and I put all my effort into it. And I'm going to be shipping it out to my brother. So let's get it on there. Final deal here. So it's a 32-inch handle. It's a little bit shorter now. It's probably 31 and a half. But it still is head heavy. So I put this, it's my wife's hair tie actually, so just so it doesn't flip off, you know. If I come up with a better idea to secure these, I will. But for these display axes, you know, they go up on a mantle or, you know, wherever people want to display them in the office and whatnot. So that's the final product. And it's getting cold here in Humboldt, but let's check that out. Look at it. Wow. I did do the red and blue on the end. I just really am meticulous about my work on these axes, especially this one. This is probably the most meaningful, like I said, I've ever done. But wow. Well, I'm quite proud of this one. So, well, thank you so much for watching. My family and I greatly appreciate it. You know, this is such an honor to be able to make an axe like this and partner with the Not Forgotten Foundation of my older brother, JD. This axe means a lot to me, and it really is just a dedication and to honor and thank all our military veterans, all our active duty servicemen and women. Thank you so much. You know, our channel's gotten a lot of support, and my family, we really greatly appreciate it. I've been making axes for a number of years. I do make a lot of users, but lately I've been doing axes like project axes like this to honor and celebrate other people. And what a great honor to honor and celebrate all our military veterans and active duty service members. So just know this one's for all of you, to thank you and recognize and appreciate, show our appreciation for all your sacrifices that you make for the rest of us. So thank you so much. The next few axe builds that I'm going to be doing are project axe builds like this. So stay tuned for that. And if you would, please subscribe to the channel. More axe builds like this are coming. It'll be hard to top this one, I'll be quite frank. This one was quite meaningful, so I enjoyed the process and just knowing that we're dedicating this to our military members. So thank you so much, and always remember, celebrate others, especially our military veterans and active duty service members. Respect yourself, because love is powerful, man. I'll see you on the next one.
What's going on? So I got a gift here. This is from my brother Scott. He lives in Eureka, which is in Humboldt County, which is in Northern California, way up north and on the coast. Beautiful country, a lot of trees, big redwoods, big trees. What I'm going to do is I'm going to tag him, and he has a YouTube channel. And what I'll do is I'll tag the YouTube channel as well. Go check it out. So what I got here is a gift from him, and it's a special made axe. And for you guys that don't know, Humboldt Axe, he started a company. And what he does is he does two things. One, he does custom axes, right? Which I'm about to show you one of them. The other thing that he does, he has his YouTube channel, is all about the area that he lives in, and also shows you how he does these custom axes. So definitely go check it out. Definitely go check it out. So, hey, further ado, let's check this thing out. Let's see what we got up in here. Alright, there we go. Wrapped pretty darn good, all bubble wrapped and everything. Alright, all kinds of peanuts. Don't need that anymore. Uh-oh, here we go. Alright. I'm going to mess this up. So it looks like there's two separate things in here. I have to pick up the mess later. So it looks like there's two separate. This is actually looks like the stand it goes on, right? So let's check this out. It'll be the first thing to check out. So my dad was a woodworking guy himself. So I'm sure my brother picked up some things from him along the way when he makes these things. Alright, so this is the stand that you actually, and I don't know if you guys can see that real well, but you put a little Humboldt Axe on there. That's pretty sweet. That's nice. Alright, so that's the stand. Even the stand is sweet. Let's see what else I got up in here. Alright. So here it is. Here's the axe. I don't want to scratch anything, so I'm going to be careful. Let's see what we got here. Oh my God, wait till you guys see this thing. Oh my God. Alright, so let's see. I'm going to try to describe this thing the best that I can. Oh shit. Dude, this is legit. Okay, wow. Definitely want to scratch this thing. Alright. So like I said, go check out his YouTube channel. I'm going to post it. It's Humboldt Axe. Wow. Alright, so let me look at it first and then I'm going to describe it for you. Dude, this is legit. So check out what he did here. Again, I don't know if you can see that. The Humboldt Axe. And he ties this rope and glues it on there. You can see that. Look at that fucking axe head. That is money. And these are custom axes that he does. Man, That's, oh shit. Got a little sharp on there, brother. Man, that's legit. Wow. Check that out. So we customize that, right? Not Forgotten, I have a business myself, Not Forgotten Foundation. I'll put that link on the business as well, but this is all about him. Check out the, got a little rope on, string on there. Put your hands on there, if you can check that out, man. Look at that, little rings on there. And he stains the wood. That's legit. That is legit. Check that out. Whoa, the sun just shining on that thing. That's legit, brother. That is legit. So go check him out. He does custom axes, like awards and memorabilia. We got Veterans Day coming up, so that's why he did the Not Forgotten deal on there. That's nice. Hey, let's put it on here. Just gotta put this somewhere, right? There you go. Check it out. That's legit. Yeah, that's nice. Scott, good on you, brother. Thank you very much for the gift. And go check him out and go get you an axe. Check out his YouTube channel. He's got a lot of cool stuff on there. Wow, this is nice. This is good. This is nice. Signing off. Thank you.